Good evening. My name is Rosetta Peters. I am both honored and grateful that I have been asked to speak here tonight so that I can personally thank the donors, John and Meta Belial, for awarding me your horticulture scholarship and the Century College Scholarship Foundation for recognizing the potential of myself and my fellow classmates. Thank you for investing in our futures. In Lakota, the language of my people, there is a saying, Matakie Yo'asin, which means we are all we are all related, or we are all connected. It is a prayer of oneness and harmony with all forms of life, other people, animals, insects, rocks and rivers, trees and plants, even the mountains and the valleys. It reflects the views of interconnectedness held by the Lakota people, my ancestors. I came to Minnesota 3 years ago after an F5 tornado tore through Joplin, Missouri on May 22nd, 2011. I arrived with only the clothes on my back and my 5 children. People assume that I lost everything in that tornado, but on the contrary, I gained everything as a result of it. It saved my life and the lives of my children. In its trail of destruction, it shook determination back into me. Until that point, I had floundered in a 13-year abusive relationship with the father of my children. In a drunken rage, on July 3rd, he laid his hands on me for the last time. The next day, I told my children that we were going to Walmart, but instead drove to Minnesota. I did not want to be a statistic. Nothing about that decision was easy, and to this day, being a single mother of 5 is a struggle. But I have come to rely on the prayer of my people, Matakie Yo'asin. Community, people, we need one another. We are brothers and sisters. My kids are at church this very moment because my friend and neighbor picks them up and brings them home every Monday while I'm tutoring here at Century College and every Wednesday night while I work. Matakie Yo'asin. When the tornadoes ripped through Moore, Oklahoma in 2013, I saw an opportunity to give back and led a donation drive in Stillwater. Together, my boyfriend David and I, my neighbors, Marine Elementary, Stillwater Junior High School, my coworkers and friends gathered enough supplies to fill a truck and trailer, and we drove it down to Moore. Matakie Yo'asin. I wrote my scholarship application shortly after a 2-week span of no electricity. Living in a drafty old farmhouse, it usually takes me all summer to catch up on the expenses from the previous winter. That summer, I hit a rough patch, and we went without electricity during the hottest 2 months of July. The first week, I would wade out into Square Lake after my shift, filling 5-gallon buckets with water so we could flush the toilet. Knee-deep in the lake at 2 a.m. was not ideal, but I found humor and peace in the experience. The second week, my kids went to stay with my dad while I stayed with a friend, and we pushed through. Matakie Yo'asin. I'm here today because I want to be my children's heroine. I don't want them to look at their mother and see someone who cowers in the corner, beaten and abused, but a woman who stands on her own 2 feet, who firmly carries the torch in her hand that lights the path to her future. I will succeed. I already am. I plan to earn my 2-year degree in horticulture and the certificate in creative writing here at Century College. Then I will transfer to a four-year college where I will pursue my BFA and my MFA. After graduating, I intend to build a landscaping company and share my story through writing to help other survivors of domestic violence with an employment opportunity and the ability to stand on their own 2 feet. Working with the land and returning to my heritage has given me the strength and played a big role in my own healing. I would not be here today if not for Mitakie Yoasin, the oneness with my children, the connection with the land, and the relationships being forged in my Marine and Stillwater communities, as well as the Century College community. Linda Clemens, who is not here tonight, I thank you for the beautiful letters of recommendation. Mel Napton and Brian, the horticulture professors, Beth Mayer and Cheryl Jaffer, thank you. And again, thank you to the foundation and its donors for their part in the prayer. Please keep giving. Please continue to invest in people like us. We are all connected. Mitakie Yoasin.